Hello, it's Q Fuzzy Weasel, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, the game that doesn't let you microwave little tiny green people, which, maybe, squad, might be something to add into KSP 2. Maybe I want to microwave them. You don't know. So, I know we've been focusing on the moon, but I kind of want to think ahead here. See, even during the space like when we were like racing the Soviets to the moon, we were also sending probes out, out to other planets. The Soviets sent a probe to Mars. I think it was back in the 50s or like very early 60s even. So, how come we're not doing that? So this episode, what we're going to do is we're going to build a space probe. Like the first proper solar probe. And I'm going to be going like purely on weight. I want the lightest goddamn thing possible. Even if it's like aesthetically kind of bad. But the Stay Putnik module is, it's pretty light. So what I want to do is, most of this thing's going to be fuel. Maneuvering fuel. And we're not going to get through the entire mission, like, operations this episode. There's just, like, no way. This is a hydrogen tank. Can I control what kind of fuel this has? No. What does this have? LF. This can also have LH2 and Ox. I don't really want to do cryogenics again, but I might have to do cryogenics again. But anyway. Well, no, this is like... What is this? This is also liquid fuel. Well, maybe I don't have to. I want to kind of design this around how we have how some of our own early space probes went. So on one hand, I'd like to have, that boom arm that kind of stretches out and everything. But on the other hand, well, I've got a boom arm here. Retractamen. Huh. Park forward. Park up, park down. Well, here we go. Right. I forgot about the robotic shit. So I can put something on this. Like, I could put science on this, or solar panels, maybe? No? I could put something on this. What is this, anyway? Retract to max. Looks like some kind of arm. Yeah, that's exactly what that is. It's an arm. And that's a big pneumatic thing. Which doesn't extend out that far, but still pretty far. I want to try and start like collapsing things down and like making things compact like we actually do. But at the same time, all of my robotic stuff is just hopelessly primitive. Maybe I should just stick with lots and lots of fuel and some minimal science experiments. Maybe I should just do that. So in that case, let's get to 3 of these. And, those are all liquid. This is liquid. Okay, and that's somewhat symmetrical. And I don't want to trust this relay antenna with my life or anything. But at the same time, I want to use it because, goddamn, if this is just not a glorious fucking antenna. I mean, look at that goddamn thing. Yeah, so we'll use this and we'll retract. Boom. And but for safety, I'll also have this just in case. Just in case this thing doesn't actually do anything. So what's our weight at now? We are at heavy. We're at pretty fucking heavy. Yeah. The Stromboli is a cryogenic engine. That's a liquid fuel engine, but that's only RCS. Also, that's enormous. Fuck. The Stromboli would really be ideal because of its size, wouldn't it? Well, I've got the ant. And the ant's absolutely pathetic and tiny and horrible and small. Shit, I could probably do a quad setup for the ant. That even looks pretty cool. And I could put like a thing between that. Yeah, let's do that. Oh yeah, let's come up with a name real quick and then let me test the rockets on this just to make sure. So what's a good explorer name? Like who is a good explorer that doesn't get the kind of recognition they deserve? Bill and Ted. Alright, so the Bill and Ted will be our first interplanetary probe. The destination, I'm thinking probably Duna. Even though Eve is easier to get. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go to Eve. We'll send this thing off to Eve. So we have this, we have this. We don't have any kind of power though. We don't have power, we don't have batteries, and we don't have power. So that could be a problem. Ah, god damn it. One. Here. Here. Boom. There. So we need some power. Oh yeah, I gotta test the rocket. Hold on. Let's test the rocket out real quick. Test this rocket out. Assuming that it doesn't crash the game. I don't know. I've got a lot of debris floating out in space right now, so maybe that's an issue we might have to start facing. I don't know. It just fell over. Alright. So, yeah, we're using fuel. We're using fuel from all the tanks. Alright, we're not achieving anything in Earth gravity, but that's fine. Let's extend this out. That's great. Can that transmit data? Yes, it actually can transmit data. It's gonna be one weird looking spaceship. Can these things gimbal? Alright, those things cannot gimbal. But there is a gimbal inside the Staputnik. Or there's actually not. Alright. So we need to put a gimbal on this thing, which means we need some kind of inline rotator. Like some kind of gyroscope. And luckily, we actually have several of these small ones from the mod. So let's put a cluster of them here. Yeah, there we go. That looks kind of cool. Let's see what else. We're gonna need power. Obviously, we're gonna need a lot of power, especially if we're transmitting a whole bunch of data. So let's put this, and then this, and then this. So that's a fair amount of power. It's not a lot of power though. But that's a fair amount of power. That's a fair amount of power. Alright, so now we need some solar panels. I think if we put like 3 on here, and then we do this number here. Yeah. There we go. There we go. That's a nice little compact little probe body. Yeah. Yeah. The Bill and Ted was a very early design. The Bill and Ted was. Fuck it, there. Just a solar panel right there. Alright, so now for the science. So what kind of science do we bring? We can't bring anything super heavy. The magnetometer... We need to bring around things that we can just constantly use. So, like, the magnetometer we can use again and again and again. It doesn't actually ever... It doesn't go bad, you know? It's not like... It's not like the goo container where, you know, you can only use it once. So we can use the magnetometer multiple times. We can use the thermos... We can use the temperature gauge and the barometer. We can use those multiple times. This is only really useful in orbit. This is useful. We just have to watch the spread, because sometimes if the antennas that this thing produces, you know, if it hits something, then what can happen is it can like mess around with the physics, and the physics can like go like shit the bed a little bit. So there. Got to put this battery back somewhere. Ah, there we go. Alright, we'll just put it here. And then we'll take this and we'll put this here so it's symmetrical-ish. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like a mess. And we can extend this. And basically this just reads radioplasma. So, you know, boom. Oh yeah, first... First, your ITARY probe. First interplanet. And this will only be the first section of the probe. Yeah, we can make this a multi. We can make this some. We can give this another section. In fact, what we can do is we can have this be... We can have this be the section that goes on and does things, and then it can be pushed along by another section that actually has, you know, the larger pieces of equipment on it that are only single use. Yeah. Yeah, okay. That can work. That can work. Yeah, alright. So this'll be this, and then we can take this, and put this here, and put this here, and turn this down here. And in fact, what we can do is we can take that, and we can take this, we can do this, we can grab this, we can grab this, and now we have that. Okay. Okay, and we can also take advantage of this. Go down here, take this, and attach it to this so we have just an extra point of attachment. There. And this thing can be fueled by, like, I don't know, a little thing, like the swivel. Though the swivel's, like, really inefficient. I think the Terrier is actually a better engine for the job. There we go. So we have this, and this will be carrying, like, goo. Like, this will carry the goo containers. and it'll carry this thing that's like, it has multiple uses, but it doesn't have that many uses. This is a solar particle collector. So you open it up, and it basically just collects solar particles. And we can also put... it'd be cool to put one of these things on it, but that's still just such a big fucking load. You know, I get rid of that. We can put this on it. You know, little telescope to get a little bit of telescoping done. And now I'm kind of torn because this thing's going to get left behind. So do I want to put a probe body on that and make it something that future generations can use as a communications satellite? Nah, fuck it. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Keep it lightweight. Put a mech jeb unit in here. And there we go. The Bill and Ted. The Bill and Ted. Yeah, so now we'll build a fairing around it. Grab the subassembly, grab the R2-1 base. Hopefully I didn't just crash the game by grabbing... There it goes. Plug this in. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Go over here. Go over back to here. Go back to here. Get this. This will be that thing, and then we'll put the fairing on it like this. Extend that out. Extend that out. Extend this out. Start collapsing it, and boom, and boom. Alright, so now we got a fairing, and we'll just load this up with fuel. Little fuel stacks. And then we'll do this. Boom. And because we've had to do a bunch of this in the past, we're probably just going to add another thing onto the... Just checking the staging. Just checking the staging. Checking the staging. Then this decouples... Yeah. Okay. So because we've had to do this kind of thing in the past numerous times with the R-2-1 when it comes to, like, oversized loads like this... And believe me, when it comes to interplanetary travel, there's no such thing as too much fuel. You can, you know, any amount to overcorrect is good. So what we're gonna do is we'll take this and we'll just add some more. Actually, what we could do is we could go back down here, replace these with the these tried and tested technology, and then add in some of these newer, bigger, solid rocket boosters underneath this, like right there, and right there. Yeah. Yeah, something nice and fucking big. And, like, this is gonna get us up high. I don't think this is gonna endanger the mission at all. But this is gonna get us where we need to go. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. This'll get us where we need to go. So we'll combine that with that. These will go with these. These will go down here. And we're going to add one more to this. One more big booster to this. Just because we want to do that. Take this and we'll bring this down here. And we'll put some struts on this. And we'll put some struts on this. And we'll put some crazy glue on here, and some crazy glue over here, and some crazy glue between the three of them, and like from this to like this, if the computer will let me, and from this to here. There. Okay. So all these will go, then those will go, and then these will go, and then those will go, and then these will go, and then those will go, and then those will go, and then that'll go, and that'll be the Bill and Ted. All right. I say we launch it. Let's do it. Let's do this. 21 minutes into building it. We'll get it right into the lunar maneuver, and that's where we'll leave the episode. Just, you know, out into interplanetary space, and that's where we'll leave the episode because it's late, and I want to go to bed. I've got a day off tomorrow that I didn't know I had because it's snowing, and I actually want to film the Feeding the Trolls tomorrow, or I want to film something because I've been basically like dead on the other channel. I'm sitting there, I've got like 2 pieces of paper next to me that all have like 300 in little boxes. And I've been marking them off, and my goal is to like make 300 videos for each channel by the end of the year, and I just haven't done that. Whoa, that was a little wobbly. Okay, well, engaging autopilot. Launch! Oh yeah. The R-1 would be proud. The R1 would be proud. Look at this puppy. A lot of airspace, a lot of big ass boosters. Yeah. We make a lot of good work in this game. It's kind of wobbling back and forth though, I'm noticing that. Wonder why that is. Uh-oh. Okay, we're starting to tilt. We're starting to tilt. Why are we tilting? Why are we... Don't tilt, alright? Don't tilt, you know? Just be cool, right? We're going fucking fast, though. Holy shit. Especially in atmosphere, we're gaining speed like a motherfucker. Okay, we're about to lose those boosters. Oh yeah, auto stage. Fire. Yeah! Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're getting into space with this, for sure. Getting into space with plenty of fuel on this. Definitely. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling really good about this one. Yeah, we're... God, we're still operating off the solid boosters, and we're already... We haven't even touched the fuel. We're gonna have a lot of fuel. So... I guess the path that we want to take is we want to go to Eve, which is the Venus analog. Okay, do we want to go to Eve or do we want to go to Duna? I'm thinking... I don't know. Eve is easier, but well, we can probably do a gravity assist off of Eve and head out into the outer solar system with this thing. It depends. It depends on how much fuel we have by the time we escape Kerbin's, like, sphere of influence and, you know, escape the moon and everything. Because if we can do that with... why are we flipping? Why are we flipping? Is this a part of the ascent path? Because it kind of looks like we're just burning down. Okay, activate that engine. Just want to make sure that that's what the computer actually wants to do. Okay, so that's intentional then. No, it's because these are reliant, not swiveled. Alright, well, we did a good job of taking our awesome advantage and trashing it. Thanks, AI. We can probably, you know, get rid of the shroud, though, because that's a bunch of weight we don't need. There we go. We're already deploying like this. Huh. I'm seeing some balancing issues. Are these working? Yeah, they're apparently working. But I'm definitely seeing some, like... Definitely seeing some balancing issues right now. Can't... Maybe it's, like, too heavy on one side? Okay. Well, that was a weird go-around. Here's what I think we ought to do. I think we ought to ditch these. Like, ditch them completely. Because we're not gonna get anything more out of these boosters, I think. So, if we can just dip all their fuel into the swivel, then I think the swivel's gonna be able to carry us pretty far. You know, I think it'll carry us pretty far. So, yeah. Alright. In. Plus, there can't be that much fuel left in these boosters. There it goes. So this, right now, we're just siphoning off fuel. Alright. Hit those, and then, hit this one, and get those in. Yeah. And we're almost out of fuel on all those boosters. Almost. Okay, so that... And I think we're... The only thing that's left is like a bunch of 3s and some 2s. It's a minuscule amount. Fuck it. Dump those boosters. Keep these. Yeah. Yeah. Dump them. Keep that. It is kind of wobbly, though, isn't it? Huh. Let's just get it down into this orbit, and then we can get it into... If we can circularize around Kerbal and just get this out... I think the Bill and Ted might be a slightly flawed design. Just slightly. I think it's this. I think this piece is throwing off the entire thing, because if you notice, it keeps wanting to go that way. I think one side of this craft is significantly heavier. But hopefully now that we've like simplified it and it's more lateral, you know, lateral, whatever the fuck that means. Hopefully it's slightly better. Okay, then activate that engine. Yeah, we've got a lot more control over this engine. Yeah. Yeah, if you could go ahead and just bring your desk into the basement, that'd be great. Yeah. Alright. And while we're here, we can collect some solar panels. Some solar particles. Alright, we already did that. Right, I fucking forget sometimes what all we've actually already done. I know we haven't logged radio plasma yet, though. I know that. We can go ahead and transmit that. That'd be awesome. And where did we put the magnetometer? We can go ahead and push that out. There. All right, let's get this out of the sphere of influence. So the way I normally do this is I use the moon's gravity to just kind of slingshot it. So if you notice, sometimes if you do this, you'll have like the path like just fly out that way. That's normally how I do it. I know there are more fuel. There are better ways to do it. Actually, if I had planned ahead, I could have just set it so I'd have like one burn in Kerbal orbit that would just send me all the way there. But that involves a lot of waiting for like transfer windows, and I am an impatient fat person. So I like brute forcing my way across the galaxy. It works. I mean, it works out for people who are not me. So this is tilting. Getting on that is a pretty cool looking ship, though. I mean, that'll be an awesome probe to run into at some point in the far future, or to leave in orbit around Venus. Eve, who knows what'll happen to it. I certainly don't. But just think about this. I am recording this episode on the same day that the episode came out where I'm still fucking around with the R1. That is just wild. And I'm going to be watching these episodes in tandem with playing the game. And it'll be like looking back in time. Looking embarrassingly back in time at time that I wasted and will never get back, and neither will you. So joke's on you. We're losing life together, and we're burning this during the night, which it doesn't matter. This is gonna get us. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Yeah. And the moon relays are, they're doing their job. What's the debris look like? It's not too bad. I'm a little, that we have all this Tyler 1 and Cape Line 1 debris out here. I'm annoyed that the R-2 stuff hasn't burned up yet. Even though some of this is super low, like 82. If I put a space station in 82, I'd have to constantly boost it up. That's burning. That's burning. Come on. He says as he looks at the time and realizes, oh yeah, some of these episodes are going to be hella long, aren't they? Okay. And stop. Alright, so let's just watch this in action. So what should happen is we hit this area here. We go by the moon. And then it's off. And we are on an escape trajectory. And we're out. Look at that. We have just sent our first interplanetary probe out into the cosmos with not even half of its fuel reserves gone. So we can get some actual solar science. So log the radio waves. And we can watch our battery life carefully. And we can log the magnet waves. And we can log the particle waves. And get only 3.1 science for it? Whatever. Transmit. And we can observe material bays. Isn't that right, Tibbs? We're observing material bays, aren't we, Taylor? Oh no, Tyler. And we can observe some visual observations. Which, that's cool. And what else? We've got all kinds of science on this. We can look at the temperature. It's cold, apparently. And we can log the pressure. It's a vacuum. And that's it. Alright, we're done. I mean, that's not it. We still have to figure out where this probe's gonna go. But that's it for this episode. I'm Cute Fuzzy Weasel. Microwaving Kerbins. Think about it.